Hello, super second graders. We're going to wrap up our core knowledge immigration studies with lesson 10. You'll be learning more about the rights and responsibilities of U.S. citizens. For a long time now, you've been learning about the history of the United States. You heard about Native Americans who were living here before Europeans arrived. You've also learned about those Europeans who explored North and South America. You learned also about the Pilgrims who left Europe on the Mayflower because they wanted to practice their religion freely. Then you learned how much later George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and James Madison, along with other leaders, started a new nation called the United States of America. And you learned about how difficult it was to create a new type of government for this new nation. You learned about Thomas Jefferson's great Declaration of Independence, as well as James Madison's brilliant Constitution and Bill of Rights. These founding fathers believed they were doing the right thing for this new nation, and their hard work continues to serve our country well today. You've also learned about immigrants, people who leave their home country and settle or make a new home in a different country. Even today, immigrants are still coming to the United States. Why do you think they're coming to the U.S.? If you remember, people have immigrated to the United States because of certain push and pull factors. Dangers in their home countries, not enough jobs, or not being able to practice their religion freely or speak freely are some factors that have pushed people to leave their homelands. On the other hand, jobs, land, and freedoms given to Americans in the Bill of Rights are some of the factors that have pulled people to America, the land of opportunity. Those are some reasons why immigrants want to come to the United States and become U.S. citizens. Remember, a citizen is a person who has rights given to them by a country's government and responsibilities that go along with those rights. Let's find out more about what it means to be a citizen. James Madison did so much to create the Constitution that he is considered to be the father of the Constitution. Later, Madison and other leaders added some more laws to the Constitution. Doing this is amending the Constitution. So the parts they added were called amendments. Madison and the other founding fathers wrote a list of amendments in the U.S. Constitution called the Bill of Rights. And later on, other leaders added more amendments protecting more rights for U.S. citizens. The Bill of Rights is a list of rights guaranteed to citizens of the United States and freedoms that the government cannot and should not take away from its citizens. A Bill of Rights was a new idea in the world when it was created. In most countries many years ago, and in some countries even today, kings, queens, or generals ran the government any way they liked. Everyone living in that country was expected to do what the rulers said to do, or they might be arrested and put into jail or be forced to leave their country. Remember who we learned about earlier who was forced to leave his country because of what he had written? That's right, Charles Steinmetz. Someone who is arrested might not even get the chance to tell their side of the story to a judge in order to get out of jail. Or if they did, the judge might work for the king and not really listen or care to be fair. In the United States, however, laws are supposed to protect citizens from such problems. For example, no one is supposed to arrest another person just because he doesn't like that person or the person's ideas. If someone is arrested for a crime or doing something that is against the laws of the country, the government cannot just keep him or her in jail as long as they want. That person has the right to tell his or her side of the story to a judge and a jury. A jury is a group of people who listen to all the facts of both sides of an argument before deciding if a person is guilty or not guilty. Anyone that comes before a judge and a jury is considered innocent, and they must be proven guilty before sent to jail. Another very important right and duty of citizens is the right to vote. Adult U.S. citizens decide who will be their president, who will represent them in the Senate or the House of Representatives, or who will be their local mayor. U.S. citizens get to vote for the people they want to do these jobs. Any adult citizen can run for most elected positions or jobs. The Constitution says that people who were not born in the United States cannot run for presidency, however. If you are a U.S. citizen and you were born in the United States, when you grow up, you may decide to run for a government office. That means you let other people know you want a job in the government. And you hope citizens will vote to have you represent them in the government. Voting is one of your rights and duties as a U.S. citizen. Freedom of speech, freedom of religion, the right to vote, and the right to a fast and fair trial are just a few of the rights listed in the Bill of Rights. But citizens also have responsibilities. For example, even though you have freedom of speech, you still have a responsibility to not say things that might put people in danger or say things that might hurt others. Many of you have started making comments on Seesaw, and you have been showing a responsibility of being respectful and responsible with your words. I'm so proud of you. Great job. Notice how rights and responsibilities go together. The same thing happens when it comes to laws. We're supposed to follow the laws of our country and pay taxes. That is money we are required by law to give to our government. That pays for things for all citizens to enjoy. Our taxes pay for things like public schools, where you can learn, public parks where you can play, public libraries where you can check out some of your favorite books, and the roads and sidewalks that help you get to those places. That's the responsibility or part of being a U.S. citizen. When the United States began, few countries offered so many rights to their citizens. After the people of the United States decided to make these rights a part of their country's laws, citizens of many other countries decided that they wanted the same rights and freedoms. Citizens around the world insisted on new laws to protect their rights, and many countries changed their laws. However, this did not happen everywhere. Even today, people in many nations do not enjoy the same rights that citizens enjoy in the United States. In such places, some people think, I want to leave my country and go to the United States. There, I will be free to decide what I want to do or say. Would you say that would be a push or pull factor? That's right. It would pull them free to say and worship the way they want to. I will not have to be afraid that the government leaders will punish me just for disagreeing with them. That would be a push factor why you may want to leave your homeland. Sometimes people living in countries with threatening governments have to leave their old country because they fear their government, or they have gotten into trouble with the leaders there. If there is a war, people have to leave and move to other countries because they're no longer safe. The United States government and other governments around the world often let such people called refugees come to their countries for safety. The United States allows a certain number of refugees to come in each year. One reason for this is to make sure there are enough jobs for the newcomers so they can earn the money they need to support themselves and provide for themselves with necessities such as food, clothes, and a place to live. James Madison and his fellow leaders, whose ancestors were immigrants to America, wrote laws or rules that all United States citizens must follow. Today's citizens can vote to change these laws, to make them better, or to make new laws. Still, all United States laws must go along with the principles in the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. These two documents were intended to guarantee the rights of all citizens, whether naturalized or born in the United States, both now and in the future. Great job listening today. I hope you are taking notes using your journal. Miss Headley and I look forward to seeing 3 or more facts you learned about today by typing them in notes in Seesaw. Have a great day. I hope you've started learning about your family's immigration story by using the interview packet that we gave you. You can ask questions to your parents or grandparents, decorate your heritage doll using clothing from the country your ancestors were from long ago. We look forward to seeing them posted on Seesaw. Have a great day.